This is Bella Talks, and I am your host, K Bella, and this is where we talk about fitness, fashion, finance, and life. And I have this heavy hitter. She is like a big deal, and we're going to talk about all the stuff that she has going on. But I have Miss Erica Augutis on the show today, and I'm so happy to have her. All right, so we're going to start off like we do on every episode. Tell us a little about yourself.
Oh, let's see. Where do I start? First, I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
It was like a no-brainer. We had to have you on the show. We had to.
So, let's see. I'm married. I have two beautiful children. I own a social media company called To Style Them. It's a social media app. We've been in the beta stage for quite some time, and I'm hoping to fully launch next year. But you can download the app. So that's been taking up my time, family and business.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the app. So the app is pretty much like a fashion app. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so how did you get started with this app? Like, what made you want to do it?
Sure. So I was invited to a dinner party, and I decided to wear something outside of my comfort zone.
Okay.
So I wore something a little tight, a little short, a little sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband and I get to the dinner party. I'm working the room, talking to everybody, feeling good about myself. And a family member walks into the room and gives me the look like something's not right. Yeah. So finally I bring myself over to a family member, and she says, "What are you wearing? That is too tight and too short." And it made me feel so bad. And that wasn't her intention, right? But she was just, I think, shocked to see me dressed like that. Because I was generally just dressed kind of, casual. So, needless to say, my confidence went from a good 8.5 to like a 2. So, at the end of the night, I'm thinking, when people want to change up their style, they should have a community they can go to that give them feedback. Right? So that way, no matter what anyone says throughout the night or at a meeting or whatever venue you're going to, they could, feel good and confident.
Right.
So, Kevin and I started brainstorming about solutions, and we thought about current social media platforms, and ultimately we decided we should just create our own and ensure that it's a positive, safe environment for people to get feedback on what style they choose.
That's big, to make your own app and social media platform. And it's so crazy because it's basically off of an experience that you had, and now you're just like, well, let me take my experience and bring it to the forefront to help somebody else, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that go through the same thing. They think they're killing it, and then it's just that one person that it takes to be like, girl, what you got on? Because that is not it. And then and now your confidence is like from that girl to let me go home and cry.
We all can be like you, like fashionable.
No, listen, I have been that girl where it's just like, I think I'm killing it, and I have a friend, and I am not even mad at my friends, because that is what probably brought me to where I'm at now, because now I'm conscious, I'm aware, I know my body type now, and I know how to dress it, because sometimes just because you see it on Fashion Nova, Shein, all these different, apps and things of that nature, doesn't mean it's going to look good on you. And a lot of times I'm big on, just because they make it in your size, doesn't mean that you have to buy it to put it on.
This is true.
And a lot of people need to know, like, have that community where you can go in and figure stuff out and be confident, and have a community that's going to help you to go out into the world. Because when, like Dion say, when you look good, you feel good.
This is true.
And when you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, they pay good. So that's where I'm at. So it's just like, yes, I really think whatever you put on, how you leave the house is how you're going to be perceived. So that is very, very big. So with the app, where do you see it within like maybe 3 to 5 years?
So ideally, I would love to be at like 2 million downloads by then, or at least be one of the top 3 social media apps, and change the landscape and the perception of social media. Because I think that we could have a social media platform that's positive. It's not that you can't give, feedback that's not glamorous. But you just have to be, you just don't bully folks. And
yes.
And I think there's room in space for an app like ours.
I think that's really big, and I love it. I love it. So how can we get in contact with you on your social medias and how to download the app?
Okay, so I love this question. So the app is available on both stores, so you can go to your Apple store, or if you have an Android, and I will spell the name for you. It's called To Style Mo, and that's Greek for to style me. So the spelling is T-O, and then style without the E, M-O-U, To Style Mo. And we're available on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
all of that,
and TikTok. But I need to increase my following on TikTok. That's one platform I need to work on.
And TikTok is, from what I've experienced, TikTok is not hard. It's just you have to be consistent. With every platform, you have to be consistent. But TikTok is very we want you on all the time.
They said something about an algorithm or something?
Yeah, the algorithm is on all social media platforms, but TikTok is we need you here all the time. So, yeah. But I wanted to, you kind of summed it up, but I wanted to ask, how did you come up with the name? I know you said it's Greek, but where did you even get that from? Where did you pull from to even get that name?
Yeah, so I originally wanted to call it To Style Me, right? And that domain wasn't available.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, let me translate it. And I translated it in Greek. That was the prettiest, way to pronounce it. So yeah, that's where the name came from. At one point, we were considering calling it Rate My Look, because all of the feedback is based on ratings and rankings.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not like you just, put comments in. So, for instance, if you are going out and you're trying to decide between a couple outfits, you upload the pictures, and then you set a timer, because everyone needs to get the feedback when they need it, right?
Right.
Set a timer for up to 72 hours, and then you submit it to the community, and they'll rank the outfits based on what you say.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. And I will have all her handles on the bottom of the screen on how you can get in contact with her, and also how you are able to get on that app, because that is amazing. I love that.
So let me make sure I have this clear. If I were to wear something, I'm going out for an evening event, and I was to wear something, and I would post it, and a community of people will rate it, saying yes or no, or is it a number rating, or?
Yeah, so we have 2 different types of style. One is you could post an image, and they would rate it or rate it, right? 1 to 5.
Okay.
All right. So you would, of course, give us a little description. So, say if you're going, on a date and you want to look a little spicy, you need to let us know what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
Okay. And then folks will rate it 1 to 5, and they cannot provide a comment until after they rate it, because we don't want them seeing what other people are saying.
Right.
And then when your timer's up, you'll get a message, right? And it'll say, okay, they rated it a 4, and then you can see the comments
of why they rated it.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I like that.
So that's one. And then we also have the compare post, and that was the one that I was describing. If you have more than one outfit, you upload it, and then they'll rank which one is number 1, which one's number 2, which one's number 3.
Wow.
And then at the end, when the timer goes off, you'll get a notification, the original poster, and let you know what the results are. And then you can make a decision, right?
Wow.
Y'all need to get this app, because I'm going to download it. So y'all need to get this app, because this is something that, especially if you don't have a stylist,
that part.
If you don't want to hire a stylist, you can go and download Erica's app and upload your picture, and you have a community that was going to tell you yes or no on your outfit. So I mean, that's the next best thing to getting a stylist, because people are not going to hold back. If they don't like it, they don't like it.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a really, y'all just download the app. Just go download the app.
That's beautiful.
I love it. So if you had anything to say to young Erica, what would it be?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I would say don't give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
It's a lot, because the way life is lifing, it's easy to give up.
This is true.
It's real easy to give up. Just be like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. I've had it. But yeah, don't give up. That's big. I'm trying to say, why would you say that to young Erica? Don't give up.
Okay, so I've had really large dreams and aspirations, and I realized that when it came time to execute,
Yes.
I would fall short, and I would have a great time planning and putting the project together, but when it was time to push the button, I would kind of pull back. And I did that about 5 years ago. Well, longer than 5 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I had an idea for a social media platform, and invested lots of money and was ready to launch, and I found every reason not to.
You talked yourself.
Wow.
I talked myself out of it.
Okay.
And
Wow.
you know, now there's a platform, Reddit, that's very much successful. A little deviation from that, but similar. And I'm certain it would have been a success.
Yeah.
So why give up?
Wow.
Like, you know,
I think we just second guess ourselves and thinking that it won't be received as we think in our head. Like, we got this big idea, oh, it's going to be big, but then when we do it, we're just like, but what if?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that but what if stops a lot of us.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yes.
You know, but we have to understand that in order to succeed, you're going to have failures. You're not going to just come out the womb walking. You're going to have to crawl. You're going to have to scoot.
It's true.
You know, and when you try to walk, what you going to do? You're going to fall a couple of times until you get it to where you can balance yourself. All this stuff here, it comes with being able to succeed.
Right.
You're going to have problems. But the thing is, you have to push yourself. Like you said, we always talk, no, I don't want to, because this is going to happen and that's going to happen, you know. But we have to push yourself and work the kink out. If there's a kink, you find out, okay, this didn't work because of this.
Yeah. Right.
Now I have to master it. Now I have to tweak it. Now I have to work it to make it work this way. But you'll never know unless you try.
Yeah. It's like when you read up on a lot of millionaires, they failed so many times until they finally got that aha moment where they actually start making money. But it's so many people that are multi-millionaires that have been bankrupt. They done failed so many times. They done been through so much, and it's just like they didn't give up. They just found something else. Like, okay, well, let me redirect it this way, or let me just do something else. So yeah, I'm in that season. Let me redirect it because something got to give. Lord, you hear your baby, you hear your child. Some gotta give, Lord.
He's giving.
Yes.
He's giving.
So, if you have anything to say to Bella Talks, what would it be?
Okay, so I think the first thing is, again, thanking you for having me on the show.
You're so welcome.
Secondly, I love your style. So we do need to talk about it.
Yes, we do.
I use the app, don't get me wrong, to get feedback, right? But I think that we probably should do a collaboration and maybe create some posts for the app to get some exposure to your brand.
I think that's a good idea. What do y'all think? Y'all leave it in the comments. But I think I'm already on it. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I really do. All right. Well, you've heard it here first. So when you see me on the app, then you know this is where it started. So I am your host, K Bella. This is Miss Erica, and this is Bella Talks.